Hi, I have an idea for you. I don't know why it took me decades to learn this, but in preparing food, often you need ground beef. And ground beef is more economical when you buy it in large quantities. We go to Costco and we buy, oh gosh, about 6-7 pounds of it at a time. But when you buy that kind of quantity, how do you store it in the freezer and make it thaw out in a quick and efficient way? Well, I'm going to show you a little trick my son actually taught me, and it works wonderfully for freezing, storage, and thawing, quick thawing of the ground beef. All you will need for this activity is a rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can use just a can and 1 gallon Ziploc freezer bags. That's all you will need, and then obviously the hamburger. Let's take a look at what you do. Now here's the problem with storage of bulk hamburger. You tend to buy it and the butcher wraps it up and you get a chunk that's 2 or 3 pounds and it's like a huge boulder. You put it in the freezer, and when you need to use it, you take it out. Sometimes you've forgotten to take it out, and you want to thaw it out. And when you set it out, it's going to take you 3, 4, 5 hours to thaw out because the chunk is so large that the interior is insulated from the exterior, and the inside stays frozen for hours and hours. So how can you give a greater surface area for not only easier storage, but easier thaw time? Well, here's the little trick. You get your bulk hamburger, you take a quantity out depending on how much you want to freeze. I usually make it in about 1.5 pound pieces. And then I take it and I stuff it into the corner of the bag. After it's into the corner of the bag, then I begin taking the rolling pin, and if you don't have one, you can use a can, and begin squishing it out, making sure to fill the corners and squishing it, trying to keep that hamburger at about a 1/2 inch thickness, taking it all the way up near the zipper of the bag, and then making sure I squeezed out any air, and then zipping it shut. These I can take and set aside and stack them one on top of the other on top of the other. Now when you freeze these, let's take a look in the freezer and see what you end up with. Now looking inside the freezer, for example, today we're going to make some chili. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 of these 1.5 pound bags stacked. On top of them I have some frozen bell peppers, some frozen vegetables, some frozen squash. But if I need this hamburger to get it out of the freezer, I'm not wrestling with boulders. I just go like that, pull it out, and there's my bag of hamburger. Now watch how you can thaw this. You can just take this and set it down like that and leave it, and probably within about 1/2 hour, it's going to be pretty much thawed out. If you want to speed things up a bit, my son uses this idea. He takes a cookie pan and he puts warm water in it and he sets the hamburger in there, and the thaw time drops down to maybe 8 to 10 minutes. You're ready to go. So this is just a quick and easy way to get your ground beef frozen, stored, and thawed out in the most efficient and easy way I know. Try this and see what you think. Thanks for watching.